Okay, in this video, we'll learn how to use array functions to sort of do calculations involving a conditional or, not a conditional and. We'll start with the file makeup array final 2 that we finished the last video with. So again, we've got data on women selling makeup, and we want to know the units sold by Jen, or the units sold that were either sold by Jen or were lipstick. So that means take every row of the yellow, and if the name is Jen or the product is lipstick, add up the units column. Now you can't just take the units sold by Jen and the units of lipstick, because you would be double counting anything sold by Jen or by that was lipstick. Okay, so what we need to do is basically not double count. Okay, and the SUMIFS can't do that because it really is doing ands, but the database statistical functions can. If you look at what's highlighted in yellow and with the red font here, if you put Jen in one line and lipstick on another line, it says name is Jen or product is lipstick. And so I could do a dsum function here. I could do dsum, data is our database, that's the yellow, or green I guess it turned into. The fourth column would be what we need, and this would be the criteria. And that will work. We get 17,061 units. In other words, if you took every row where the name was Jen or the product was lipstick and didn't want to double count, 17,061 units were sold. Okay, now how can we do this with arrays? Now, I usually type this in wrong, so I put it in here so I won't screw it up. So what you do is like sum, and then like what we had was name equal Jen times product equal lipstick times units, but here it's a little bit different. Okay, you have an if in there, and so what's going on is creates an array with the name being Jen. Whenever the row has Jen, that array has a 1, otherwise a 0. Then it adds to it an array for whenever the product is lipstick, it puts a 1 in that row, otherwise a 0. And when you do an if on that, basically if you have at least one 1, even if we're adding more of these up, you would get a 1. Yields a 1 with the if. Because an or means at least one thing is true. So in other words, if name is Jen and product is lipstick, the 1 plus 1 yields a 1, but doesn't yield a 2. In other words, if you say if with the plus there, that's the key thing. Okay, and then we put a 1 in the array. If the sum of those in effect is true, that means at least one of those is 1. Then we create an array with a 1, otherwise a 0. And then we multiply that by the units array. And so in other words, that'll pick up every row in which the name is Jen or the product is lipstick or both, but it won't take 2 times the units in a row where the name is Jen and the product is lipstick. That's why we need the if there. Okay, just a little bit tricky, but that's how you do it. And if we had 3 criteria, we do like name Jen, product lipstick, and maybe month being December or something like that. Okay, now this is an array formula again, but I'm going to copy this part so I don't screw up the typing. Okay, so I'm going to do equals and then paste it with Control V. And now if I do Control Shift Enter, I've got it. Okay, see that says again, it's going to take in every row, the name is Jen, put a 1, otherwise a 0 in that array. Product lipstick, put a 1 in that row, otherwise a 0. And then it adds them up, and if that sum, the sum means 1 plus 1 is 1, not 2. 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0. So basically, if we have at least 1 1 in these 2 arrays, we will put a 1 in, otherwise a 0, and that creates another array. And then that will pick up what we need. And so basically, we got that okay, the 17,061. So that shows you how you can do ORs with the array functions or the database functions if you want to do it that way. And that's not nearly as important as doing ands, but it could be important. Okay, now in the next video, we'll show you how to use array formulas to create like a standard deviation if, a median if. I guess you could do a D standard deviation with the database, but I don't think there's a D median function. So if you want to find the median or the 50th percentile of an array of cells, then you really do need to understand the array stuff. And so that lets you slice and dice any way you want your data and do calculations that are fairly complex. And we'll see that in the next video in a few seconds.
Okay, so thanks for watching, and there's a free course, a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, and all of these videos are coming from one of 3 books. So first, this one, which you can see here at the top of the screen, Microsoft's book, which has 355 reviews, and then it's, let's see, 4.6 stars. It's coming from this book as well, his marketing analytics book, which is down here, and you can sort of see 4.5, or his newest book, his analytics stories book, which is here. And with that one, you can see it's 4 point something, or maybe even 5. I don't think it's 5. Yeah, 4.8. And so, yeah, anyways, in the description, there's a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, or you can go to excelwithwayne.com/free, and it'll be there. But again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just please let us know. Thanks.